Hey guys, I'm Adelina of A Thursday Cars, and today I'm going to be bringing you this video. It's actually our first video, so today I'm going to be talking about four costly car replacement parts. Cars have so many parts. I mean, you know that already, right? But I bet you didn't know that some of them could be this expensive. So I'm going to be talking about four. And yeah, there are definitely other more expensive parts. Oh, sorry. Before the organ harvester hears me and starts to picture another business. I mean car parts. Yeah, there are other more expensive car parts, but I'm going to be doing just this for maybe because I find them especially amusing. So that said, let's get to it. At number one, I have the Bugatti Veyron's tires. So for those who don't know, the Veyron came out in 2005 and boy, it was simply the car. It was the coolest car for 2005 and even beyond, and there was so much hype about it, so much hype around it. And truly, the car deserved it because it was the fastest road legal car at the time. It was so fast. Top Gear even raced it with a fighter jet. I mean, definitely it wasn't going to win that race, but you should just know that for a car to be brought up for a challenge against a fighter jet, you should just know that this is not your Golf or your Camry or your Lexus RX. I usually call the Veyron a stretch in engineering because it was doing what no other road legal car of the time was doing. Because I mean, aside the McLaren F1, the fastest sedan I grew up to know then was the W211 E-Class. And that car was topping out at about 180 something miles per hour, while the Veyron came and did 253 miles per hour. Like, this car was fast. And you'd easily always want to get an experience of this Veyron's top speed, right? Well, wrong. And that's because at the car's top speed, the tires last for only about 15 minutes before they get damaged. And even if they don't get damaged, if you take the car to its top speed, you have to change the tires. And I know you're saying, it's not just tires, I can always change them out easily. Well, you wouldn't want to be doing that very often when a set of tires costs $25,000. And because I'm Nigerian and I pledged to Nigeria my country, I'm going to convert that to Naira. And so using the current average rate of 1,500 Naira equals $1, $25,000 works out to 37.5 million Naira. Think about changing your tires for 37.5 million Naira. But that's the Veyron for you. Number two is the BMW Z8 taillights. Okay, I won't pretend like I know so much about this car. It's actually just some years ago that I started getting into the Z8. To me, it's like this beautiful car that BMW has been protecting, you know? Like when your neighbor starts hiding his daughter because he has noticed that you started wearing baggy trousers and these big pumps that can keep you floating even when you are standing on water. Anyway, I know the Z8 to be this beautiful roadster from BMW, but recently I have learned that it has neon lights. And neon lights have their advantages and their disadvantages, but for their advantages, they're usually expensive. Just one tail light for the Z8 costs $5,000. So if you're going to be buying two, that's $10,000 for two tail lights. And converting to Naira again, using our 1,500 to 1 rate, $5,000 works out to 7.5 million Naira for one light. This is not the one that Lagos Danfo drivers will break your light and tell you, mad binu, you binu like mad. But funny enough, the Z8 has just one reverse light instead of two. So I'm not wondering, is it so that there will be less lighting for you to see where you are going and increase your chance of hitting something so you can keep breaking your lights and coming back to the shop to buy more? Or don't mind me, I don't know.
Music licensing reimagined.
Number three is the Rolls-Royce umbrella. Except you're talking about a very expensive umbrella. Modern Rolls-Royce vehicles come with umbrellas that are stored in the doors or the trunk or somewhere in the body of the vehicle. And of course, Rolls-Royce is a symbol of status and opulence, known to carry dignitaries and special people. So the idea is that the driver opens the door with one hand and with the other hand brings out the umbrella, opens it, and this special person coming out of the vehicle just goes under the umbrella. No warmth. But if for any reason you have to get a new umbrella, like maybe you spoiled your own or Jehovah Witness people came and collected your own, the price of a new Rolls-Royce umbrella is $700. And I know what you're thinking now. What is $700 compared to the prices of the other parts on this list? But think about buying one umbrella for $700 and converting again to Naira using the same 1,500 to 1 rate. $700 translates to 1,050,000 naira. So my fellow Nigerians, let's go buy an umbrella for 1,050,000 naira. And the last, but in no way the least, is the SLR McLaren's brakes. The SLR McLaren was introduced in 2003 and it was the product of a joint venture between McLaren and Mercedes-Benz. McLaren is this British car company known for making performance cars like the F1, the McLaren F1, which was the world's fastest road legal car during its time. And then on the other hand, we have our beloved Mercedes-Benz from Germany. So these two companies, McLaren and Mercedes-Benz, decided to come together and make a grand tourer, and the result was the SLR McLaren. The SLR was a great car that was loved. It featured the movies, games, people loved it, some gave it personal names. But I've said quite a lot about this car. Maybe I should stop now. And to stop, I need brakes, right? Now that brings me to the McLaren's brakes. So the SLR came with this brake technology that they called Sensotronic brake control, and it also came with carbon brakes, and carbon brakes are known to be very expensive. And so servicing the brakes of the SLR, it costs about $55,000. And once again, converting to naira with my normal 1,500 to 1 conversion rate, $55,000 works out to 82.5 million naira. And just like I said in the Rolls-Royce umbrella, that too is a flaw because prices go upward from there. As a matter of fact, what you're seeing on your screen now is paperwork for brake service that was done on an SLR McLaren by Mercedes-Benz, and this one here actually costs $120,000 to service the brakes. I just checked Edmunds.com to see what used cars I can get for $55,000, and although these are used cars with quite some mileage, I discovered that for $55,000 you can get a GLK 350, another GLK 350, a 2011 ES 350, an RX 350, and we know RXs are boring cars and parents are boring, so they'll be good for our parents. And then you realize that you just bought one RX and you have two parents, so you go and buy another RX 350, and then you send the two to your parents and have them fighting over color. And if you still need a car to really prove to people that you are the kind of person who prefers to buy the cheaper things of life, you still have enough money to buy this Kia Soul, $55,000, 6 used cars. You can buy 6 used cars, or you service the brakes on your SLR McLaren. And with that, I can imagine SLR drivers who don't want to use their brakes very often, considering how much it costs. Considering how much it costs to service my brakes, if I had an SLR and you were crossing in front of me, I might just... But anyway, that's it. 4 costly car replacement parts. Kindly like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you on another video.